Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, World War I. And I'm also joined here by one of my friends, Belle.
Hi. Hello.
Belle, are you ready to talk about World War I?
Yes, what about you?
Yep, let's get started.
Okay.
It started with the assassination of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand while they were visiting Sarajevo, Bosnia. A man named Gavrilo Princip assassinated the Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and that is how World War I started.
The war was a global conflict that started the 18th of July in 1914 until the 11th of November, 4 years after the war took place. The war was fought between two unions, the Allies and the Central Powers. The battle took place throughout Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the Pacific, and parts of Asia. It was one of the deadliest wars in history. It ultimately resulted in an estimated of 9 million soldiers dead and 23 million wounded, and millions more dead of genocide. The war was a major factor in the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic that 2 years later over 500 people were infected. 17 million to 50 million people had died due to the pandemic. Now we're going to talk about a World War I soldier's lifestyle.
A World War I soldier's life was horrible, without eating food for days, with also barely any hours of sleep, which made sickness common in the trenches. Injuries, as well as gas like chlorine gas and mustard gas, with almost daily occurrences, made them suffer. They also had to watch throughout the night, and they had very bad hygiene.
Now we'll talk about some important people. Okay.
Samuel Woodville, born on January 9, 1883, and passed August 10, 1951, who was taken out by many machine guns and still lived, in a 1918 battle that earned him fame and the Medal of Honor.
Now Herbert Asquith. He was the only prime minister to have taken office on foreign soil. When he succeeded the Campbell-Bannerman Award, the 7th was in Biarritz, and Asquith traveled there for an official kissing hands with the monarch. His first name was rarely used in public. He was often referred to as HH. He was Chancellor Herbert, but his second wife used to call him Henry.
Chancellor Bethmann Hollweg was a German politician who was Chancellor of the German Empire from 1909 to 1917. He oversaw the German entry into World War I and played a key role during its first 3 years. General Alexei Brusilov is one of the prominent Russian commanders in history. Although not regarded as especially brilliant, he was pragmatic and open to change based on experience. His eponymous offensive succeeded in part from his willingness to properly train and prepare his troops, including in a modern artillery and air reconnaissance.
Winston Churchill, the First Lord of Admiralty. Churchill was ensured the fleet's readiness during the war. His inventions and actions, while effective, also made enemies and affected his reputation.
Henry Johnson, who was awarded the Medal of Honor, he was one of the 2 people that were African American to get a Medal of Honor during the World War I. He killed 4 Germans with a rifle and injured 10 to 20 with his hand. knife in hand. He had 21 injuries, and after the fight, he defended the French line and protected a second soldier. He sadly passed away on July 1st, 1929, from a heart condition. At least one battle lasted 250 to 300 days. That is almost a year, and at least 13,000 women fought in the war. That is a lot.
This is a hard thing to talk about, yes, but it must be talked about.
Correct, it must never be forgotten. This is a very important topic.
Now it's time for the think about it.
Think about it. What would it have been to live as a World War I as a civilian?
Well, to answer that, women would stay home as men went off to fight in the war. Food was hard to get and cloth was very rare. Kids would not have gone to school. 18 to 41-year-olds fought in this war.
Well, that's all we have for World War I today.
Thanks for having me on here.
Anytime. Now, before we go, let's give a moment of silence to all those who served in the war. See you guys next time with more history facts. Bye!
Bye!
Please like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.